Damonde Tschritter, welcome to the Bob Rivers Show. Hello.
Thank you very much. And don't worry, you're not the first person to get the name sideways. I've had it. I had a lady once introduce me. She had a really thick sort of Korean accent, and she introduced me as, she said, David Schwimmer. And the crowd went nuts. And then I came out through the curtain, and they're like, this ain't the guy from Friends. They turned on me right away. So it's common.
I've never seen your first name or your last name anywhere. They're both really unique.
Yeah, flower to hippie parents. They heard Damon, so my mom threw a DE on the end just to, I guess, make it different. And everyone now thinks it's French. But even my dad jokes around, calls me like Damonde or Desmond. They're kind of, he just makes up whatever he wants.
Now, where did the Tschritters come from? What boat did they cross on?
They crossed on a boat from, it's one of those countries that's kind of between Germany and Russia, and it's constantly mowed over one way or the other. It's more like Romania.
The 50-yard line.
Yes. Yeah. So at one point it's German, and then it's kind of Soviet occupied, and now it's sort of part of Romania right now is where Grandpa, they sent him to the coal mines in Alberta when they got out of there. That's your first taste of freedom.
You are in Canada. Do you love Canada? You're in Vancouver, by the way. We should mention that again. Close by.
I do. Yeah, I do love Canada. It's kind of got everything that's good about here and a lot less of the bad. So,
What don't you like about our country? I don't mean to pin you down, but...
Well, we've got our universal health care that's your guys' big issue, number one. So, we can... this is, you guys are the land of the free and everything, but it just seems when you get down here, there's a lot more
restrictions to being free.
Well, there seems to be more conflict between sort of people. There's more racial tensions and stuff. In Canada, there's just sort of no race issues because we're not built on a whole sort of. This is kind of heavy for a comedy conversation.
You never had slavery.
We never had slavery.
We'll find a joke here, but I'm actually really interested.
Yeah, we're not built on slavery or that sort of thing. So there's no kind of back hostility. We were just, we built the country through, I guess, the Brits helped us out, I guess would be.
Yeah, logging and cheese building.
Yeah, logging. We just kind of kept it quiet up there,
Interesting.
You think the better pot has a lot to do with it, though? I mean, let's be honest.
It's
it's fine.
Who's got time to be a racist?
You know what? I don't know if the pot's better, but it's very abundant, right? Like it's it's easier to get than ice cream in Vancouver right now. It is all over the place, man. We are the Amsterdam of North America right now.
I was talking to a friend who lives in Surrey, and the other day, and I made a joke about our presidential politics, and he loved it and he laughed, and I said, wait a minute, you shouldn't even get this. You're Canadian. And he said, we watch so much of your television that it is like an American Idol show to watch your political process.
Here it's, we get every American station. So we know everything that's going on. And we only have 2 stations. So that's why you guys might get the feed or not. So, the politics. I'm loving Obama every time I see him speak. He's fantastic. Whereas if in Canada, our politicians, they don't really talk. We don't have any of these sort of runoffs even to see who's running the country. There's no delegates and debate. We just sort of throw up this old potatoy looking guy and they're like, pick him or the French guy, and that's it. And we don't even have it every 4 years. They just decide.
And if you do have a racial tension or conflict in Canada, it's English versus French, isn't it?
Yeah. That's sort of like, well, the thing about the French is they really want to stay with their French thing. So they put in rules where we got to have French on cereal boxes all across Canada. So we have French out in Vancouver. There's very few French speaking people, but when you go to Quebec, they have English sign police. So if you put up a sign in English, they come and rip it down and you got to slap it up in French. Yeah, they actually have a patrol that rips down English signs. So you've got to put it up in French.
Right. And now you've got your girlfriend with you. She's
actually my fiancée. No.
She's very cute. She's very it's like a you guys have a sort of I hope I'm not wrong with this, but sort of a hippie look to you. And including her, she's very rock. You'd meet her at Woodstock.
Bohemian, you got a bohemian.
Is that bohemian?
Bohemian feel. Yeah, I guess we're kind of I'm going to go on with it. See, Patsy and I met a few years. Patsy's a vegan, So that's why she loves coming to Seattle, because you are the most vegan-friendly city in the world. Like, we were drunk.
There's vegan restaurants.
We were drunk and went into that Shell station over there one time at like 1 a.m, and they had vegan sandwiches for like drunks late at night, right? And we were like,
Right over there on Denny.
Yeah.
right there, yeah, the one on Denny.
Well, you know you're in a friendly land.
Yeah, you're like,
Now,
wow.
are you sure though? Because at drunk at 1:30 in the morning, we can tell you it's anything.
Well, normally,
Didn't taste like meat,
Yeah,
so-
Patsy's got a fish through stuff, and she's like, "Oh my god, they have vegan sandwiches." And, 1 a.m, you don't expect that. Usually, we got to get some sort of. But anyhow, so we like it. We go to the vegan. We pick up like a 24-pack of vegan donuts and run for the border, because we don't have those in Canada. And you guys have them here.
They're all made with beef tallow, aren't they? The vat that they put it in.
Yeah,
Well,
they got it.
It's interesting.
Patsy, did you know you wanted to marry him when he bought you food at 1:30 in the morning at a gas station and said, "This is the guy for you"? Yeah, it's top shelf from here on out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I let her know right up front when I met her. I'm like, hey, I like to, eat beef and wear leather. That ain't going to change. So that sounds odd, but I mean, like leather.
That's not the
jackets
first
and
thing
stuff.
you said, is it?
No. I was like,
Hi, nice to meet you.
yeah, I like to eat beef and wear leather. But we get a little, at the house, I have my own meat pan for cooking.
Separate pans.
Separate pans. Yeah, they can't
His and her
touch and
pans.
stuff. Yeah, his and her pans. So
When's the wedding date?
Well, we haven't figured that out yet. We're kind of in. But yeah, I just
Sadie
put
Hawkins Day.
I put the ring on her finger on
He's already done.
New Year's Eve, and she fainted.
Was it made of beef?
No, it was yeah. She just collapsed and doesn't remember the first 4 minutes of things. Yeah,
Yeah, was that cool? That's love. That's love.
That shocked.
Shocked.
Yeah, overwhelmed. She was like, I didn't ever, I thought we get knocked up before we get married type thing, right? So,
Well, you got universal health care if you did.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
How good is that universal health care? I don't want to just talk about Canada, but I got to know that.
How good is the universal health care? It's good in the fact that it never really costs you anything. Like if you got to go get a kidney taken out, hey, that's on the house.
On the
I
house.
couldn't
Yeah.
tell how many times I wished.
Yeah, you hope you don't get a kidney out, but no matter what happens, you're sort of covered. But at the same time, if you got like a sore back and you need to get it fixed, they can make you wait like 6 months. They're just like, wrap some heat wraps on it. We'll get around to you when the lineup's done, because everybody comes in for anything. It doesn't cost you anything. So if you got it, there's a lot of people who abuse it.
I have a really difficult toenail. It's not sitting just right.
Yeah,
You just go in.
You rip it off.
You know what the irony is of that sore back you've been worried about for 6 months? Somebody took your kid.
Oh yeah, well that would how it be sharpened up.
So, you guys, you don't have a date yet, but you are. I understand you're. I don't know if this is. I don't know what Pedro meant by this, because I think we've already sort of covered it. But she's a vegan.
Yeah.
You wear leather. You eat beef. You're also a smoker. Are we talking, or are we talking?
Oh well, both. We smoke pot.
Together. Vegans
yeah.
can smoke pot.
Vegans can
I
smoke
didn't know
pot.
that.
In fact, yeah. But cigarette smoking, I still smoke. Patsy smoked a bit when I met her, but now she said that my smoking is actually turned her off smoking, because I smell like smoke all the time. So, so I'm kind of on the road to quitting. But even like Obama will tell you it's kind of hard. He's chewing the nicotine gum or whatever. But that just anyhow. So the smoke. My problem was with the 25-foot rule that you guys have.
Yeah, you can't be around the doorway. Or
So
anything.
even when you are at Laughs this weekend, you're going to have to go away from the club 25 feet.
You go out, yeah. The problem is that 25 feet, you can't stand under the awnings, right? Because now you got to go stand out in like the
Where it's raining.
piss pouring rain to hack a butt. Well, the heroin addict shoots up in the dry space behind you, right?
Right, because it's not 25 feet for heroin.
Yeah, no,
Right.
they're covered.
That
They're
doesn't seem
fine,
fair.
right? So
So you're not getting any secondhand, brown tar.
they're fine. I know it's a bad habit, but don't put us below heroin addicts, huh? Like, let's draw the line somewhere.
Damonde Tschritter and Patsy, very nice to meet both of you.
Nice to meet you.
Enjoy your time in Seattle. We can actually suggest a couple of great vegetarian restaurants that you aren't open at 2 a.m, but you might want to check them out in the day.
We'll definitely do
All
that,
right, you guys. Come back again.
We will. Thank you for having us.
Appearing this weekend at Laughs and on our website at bobrivers.com.